was a lot of effort. Two of our fellow explorers are in hospital with tsetse fly sleeping sickness, but we came back with this from the source of the banana, having negotiated with the baboon chiefs about releasing the banana. It feels like it's coming.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Raoul Pal, founder and CEO of Real Vision, shares his macro outlook and why he thinks we're headed for an economic singularity with the rise of AI. Raoul Pal is here to answer any questions about the latest developments in tech, markets, and the exponential age.
Obviously, tech stocks had that sideways consolidation for a while. We're now entering the season of favorable liquidity that's known as the banana zone. That applies to our crypto holdings as well as our tech holdings. So we're starting to see the signs where many of these tech stocks will break out again. I think NVIDIA almost looks unstoppable and will probably break to new highs into year end and continue next year. As people question their business model and then realize, when you listen to people like Larry Ellison just saying, we just beg Jensen for GPUs, you realize that this game is not over yet. So we got that game going on. Tesla doing really well. Tesla's really important because as the business cycle begins to pick up, more car sales come through, the analysts start focusing on it. But really, in about 2 weeks' time, they've got their big announcement about robo-taxis, maybe a smaller vehicle. But really, the market will reprice this as an AI and robotics company. A break of 270 on Tesla, I think, will usher in very, very strong price performance indeed. So the exponential age has been playing out in the markets as we expected. And overall, things are moving faster than ever.
Pro-Bitcoin MicroStrategy founder Michael Saylor reiterates his admiration of the Bitcoin, the premier crypto asset, noting he would take 0.5 BTC to dinner with himself. In response to an X poll by Altcoin Daily, the staunch Bitcoin evangelist noted that he would prefer to receive half of 1 Bitcoin than spend dinner with himself. Saylor insinuated he would rather receive a reward in Bitcoin than meet with any active promoter of the premier asset. Saylor has often asserted the difference holding a portion of Bitcoin could make in an investor's financials. He once noted that owning just 0.1 Bitcoin can be life-changing, comparing the asset to Manhattan in cyberspace. Saylor has often stressed how Bitcoin will transform the global monetary system. On several occasions, he has noted that holding fiat currency or investing in most other traditional investment vehicles would result in asset loss. The Bitcoin evangelist noted that inflation and other government policies were devaluating one's wealth. In an interview earlier in the year, Saylor stated that the dollar had lost 90% of its financial value over the last 20 years, and the only option out of this menace is to invest in Bitcoin. Notably, Saylor's tweets have reflected his commitment to spreading the Bitcoin gospel, as he has often argued for Bitcoin's superiority over other assets. For a previous tweet thread, he has made several claims about Bitcoin. He has also emphasized the financial implication of buying into Bitcoin, with MicroStrategy as a case study. On September 22, Saylor showed that MicroStrategy's stock, MSTR, has been the top performer in the S&P 500 in the past 4 years, boasting a growth of 1,071%. Saylor stated that MSTR's bullish performance is due to its adoption of Bitcoin as a primary treasury reserve. He further asserted that any entity could replicate such success by acquiring Bitcoin. The pro-Bitcoin founder's ambitious price predictions back his theory that owning 0.1 BTC could be life-changing. Per an earlier report, Saylor stated that Bitcoin would hit $13 million by 2045.
It is magic. And I always like to try and step back, and so I can get to a philosophically important point in anything. And I just get back to, and irritates me because it's always him, Elon's idea is like, the biggest nuclear reactor in our solar system is our sun.
Yeah,
It almost is mid-curving it to build nuclear reactors. You just need to harness the largest nuclear reactor in our solar system. Before, it was broadband had to be laid and cables had to be laid everywhere, right? And that's what people said was what was required to have internet access around the world. And so people are extrapolating the numbers, and Elon just went, no, fuck it, we'll just beam it from space. End of story. Miles cheaper than laying fiber optic cable across the entire planet. You know, like, we can't solve fiber optic to Little Cayman because the two pipes, they go to Grand Cayman via Jamaica from the US, and then it has to go to Cayman Brac, and then it has to get pipes to Little Cayman. There's not enough residents to make it worthwhile. So then I have to use a 3G receptor or 4G receptor to get it from Cayman Brac, which is a neighbouring island 5 miles away. It's a shit show. Next minute, I get Starlink and I've got 100 up, 100 down, and it's all gone away forever. I was in the bush in Africa. And for the first part of our trip, we were in remote places, and we had a trailer which had 110 volt power on it. And we just put up a Starlink dish. And we had full internet access in the middle of fucking nowhere in Zambia.
You put up the Starlink dish. That is insane.
Yeah, only later, when we had to abandon the trailer because we had to cross a river, did we not have connectivity. But this is, again, people don't understand the power of that decentralization approach, and you can rechange how infrastructure works. And I just think every time I mention the marginal cost of electricity is going to go to zero, everybody gets all riled up about it. I know you and I've talked about it on this before, but I'm just becoming more and more convinced that even I didn't realize how fast and how big it's going to happen, and how, yes, for massive, intense electricity use, nuclear makes sense, but for generalized electricity use, it's going to be solar. And, you know, I then look at the solar companies that have all been massively underperforming and nobody cares about them anymore because everyone got washed out in that trade. I'm like, I wonder if there's something more interesting to be done here as we start pulling apart the energy system.
After exceeding the expectations of most market participants this September, Bitcoin, the leading cryptocurrency, might now be on track to record stellar gains in the fourth quarter of the year. According to analyst Eric Crown, every time the largest cryptocurrency has closed September in the green, it would end up having a positive fourth quarter. Crown has calculated that the average return for such quarters currently stands at 170%. Bitcoin has been on a roll since the recent implementation of the Federal Reserve's jumbo rate cut. The leading cryptocurrency has started the new week with another decline, plunging to the $64,000 level. Despite the unfortunate price drop, Bitcoin is still up by more than 8% this September. Unless a major price crash happens in the near future, the cryptocurrency still appears to be on track to finish this month in the green. This could potentially set the stage for a bullish Q4 if history is any guide. James Check, an on-chain analyst at Glassnode, has noted that Bitcoin's market momentum is now back to neutral across multiple timeframes. He has also pointed to the fact that cryptocurrency is showing a high level of correlation with gold and equities. This could be viewed as a positive development, given that these two assets recently reached record highs. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Zella. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.